Hi, I'm LDS and Medium, and thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to try to bring religion and spirituality closer together, and this is what this pod is all about. I will talk about my own thoughts and feelings as I am both LDS and have spiritual gifts, something that I've had my whole life, but I always thought that it was hard to combine these gifts with my religion. This has torn me into two directions, and I have talked to many people who feel the same way. I can't choose not to have my spiritual gifts, but I can choose how I use them. And I always want to use them for good and to help others. I believe my heavenly parents gave them to me for a reason. So, this is me. Join my quest for knowledge. 1 Nephi 3. So in the first verse, Nephi returns from speaking with the Lord to his father's tent, and is told by Lehi that he has had another dream, that he must go back to Jerusalem with his brothers to retrieve the brass plates. I think this is interesting because I tend to think this is how it works in the real life for me too. Nephi has just spoken with the Lord, but does he get the information straight? No. Even though he just got his own inspiration, he had to get that piece of information from his father that has received it in a dream. Why? Could it be that the information concerned more than just Nephi? And since the brethren were involved, the father of the children got the information regarding all of his children. But sometimes I get answers not straight to me, but through other people, even though I just prayed and maybe got inspiration on other things. I wonder if that is some universal law, or why it seems for me to be more complicated. But then again, we all know Laman and Lemuel and know how they felt about taking any sort of advice or having to do anything that their younger brother told them. So better it came from their father. Another thought is that could it be that there are two lords? That Nephi spoke to one lord, and then Lehi spoke to another lord in the dream? Could it be that one maybe spoke to Jesus and one with Heavenly Father? I don't know. What do you think? The brass plates had records of genealogy and the forefathers of Lehi on them, and it was important for them to have those records with them, as it is today, and we spend a lot of time doing genealogy. I like it in verse 5 that Lehi says, since Laman and Lemuel has murmured, that I have not required this, but the Lord hath commanded it. And if it wasn't like Lehi came up with this random idea, the Lord asked him to tell them to go do this because they needed the plates with them. And in verse 7, Nephi replies with his famous words, I will go and do what the Lord hath commanded me. No hesitation, no questioning how, why, just I will do it. And if the Lord asks me to do it, I will without trying to second guess him. I've done a lot of second guessing. Why am I supposed to do a pod? What am I to talk about? And why me? I finally gave in without getting any answers and just jumped. It takes time and effort to find things to talk about, meaningful things that I can stand behind that rings true to me. And it takes time to research and write and record and edit and promote and put it out there. And time is something that I don't have much of, and still the Lord asks me to do it. I still ask why in my mind, even though I do it, and thankfully I have help. But Nephi, he just did it, not even stopping to think, just dived right in and knew without a doubt that the Lord would provide him a way to do what was asked of him. I would love to have that faith. When my life was turned upside down, I would just have wanted to know that I would be caught somehow. And I was caught. I just didn't have the faith, that unwavering faith. But I'm taking small steps at a time now. In verse 15, Nephi is still strong in his faith when his brethren wants to give up. We will not go down unto our father in the wilderness until we have accomplished the things which the Lord hath commanded us. For me, that is being steadfast in the best possible way, with assertiveness in the Lord and his powers. And the importance of the records is further talked about in verse 19, to keep the language for the sake of our children and the words of the prophets. Nephi comes up with a plan, a 3D plan for a 3D kind of person, to take the gold and silver and try to switch. But Laban, being really low in vibration, kept the gold and silver and tried to have the servants kill them. So regrouping in a cave, the older brother starts to murmur again, and even try to hit Nephi and Sam with a rod. So here comes an angel and stands before them and tells them that the Lord has chosen Nephi. And as soon as the angel left, they start to murmur again. They got to see an angel and listen to it, and they still complained and questioned the Lord. Why? Nephi never once questioned. And it's like that. We might want to do something, and then we fall. Will we give up or get up and try again? I've been the one that gave up. I really hate failures, and that has kept me from doing a lot in my life. From skiing, riding bikes, horses. If I want to do it, I want to be good at it. But newsflash, it takes time and effort and practice to be good. So now, I don't look at it like failure, but as a learning experience. And I don't want it to be perfect the first time. Where's the fun in that? But I want to be a little more like Nephi. He's a good role model. So until next time, be like Nephi, be the light, share the light, spread the light, shine. This is my journey. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. Please download, like, share, and subscribe, and help spread the light and spread the word to expand our community. Let's bring more love, peace, and unity to this world. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Always be grateful, kind, and loving. Be brave and remember to step out of your comfort zone and smile. If you support us on Patreon, you will get access to our meditations and extra materials so you can download them as MP3. Also, we now have a Facebook group, which you can access from our Facebook community. Please answer the questions as you apply to participate. It will be a safe haven where we can keep discussing religion and spirituality, our spiritual gifts, and self-development. Remember, one person can make a difference, but together we can change the world.